Good morning, Mishka. I hope you are great. I'm working on a new essay for the Huffington Post that I wanted to tell you about briefly. So, my essay is about how I discovered a love of music. And I'll link to the essay down below when it's up if I ever get it done. Some days I have my doubts. But I wanted to tell you the little story of it now. Because I think it's important, and I think it's really important for a young woman to think about something like this. I always wanted to learn about classical music, always. Um, and I don't come from a musical family. I don't really come from an artistic family. I come from a very practical family on both sides. My mom is math and science people, and my dad are science and humanities people. But they're both very practical and not hugely involved in the arts. And I always wanted to learn about classical music. More than anything, I was waiting for someone, a man, to teach me about classical music. Teach me about Rachmaninoff and Sibelius and Beethoven and all of that. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited and I waited and I waited, and that never came for whatever reason. Last year I even dated a classical violinist who was a prodigy. And he was amazing. But his music was his music, and that was all there was to it. It wasn't something that we could share. And so the point then became, well, I want to do this, and no one is going to help me learn about it. But I still want to be a person that loves classical music. And there's a quote by Gloria Steinem that I love, and I'm paraphrasing it right now, but I love it anyway. It's, become the man you wish to marry. And that's a great challenge for young women out there. And it doesn't mean that men are useless. It doesn't mean that relationships aren't complex. It doesn't mean that you can have it all by yourself. But it does mean if you want to learn to do something and you're waiting for someone else to teach you, learn it yourself. Do it yourself. Become the man you want to marry means ultimately be who you want to be and don't wait for someone to complete you. Because you can really only love someone when you yourself are complete. Because then you have the security to love them boldly and call them out without placing your ego on a fragile tipping point that might get destroyed if they don't like what you do. And so, yeah, I started taking classical music appreciation classes. And I love it. I love seeing the world through sound. I love how sound expresses things that music cannot. I love learning about the history of the composer, what they were responding to. I love writing to music. I love having it on and having it a part of my daily life and getting flashbacks as to what this song meant and where I was the first time I heard it. And I love it because it seems to alleviate some of my depression a bit. And it somehow my brain holds on to it and says, life is really hard right now. And life was hard for these people too. But it's okay. You'll make it through because these people made it through. That's amazing. It's amazing to feel that level of comfort and that level of sound from being given to you hundreds of years before. And listening to the same vibrations of sound now. I don't know, it took me a while. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to music. But that's me. I'll post that article down below when it's done. Will probably be sometime next week. Because I'm pretty tied up with the National right now, but we keep writing, we keep loving, we keep working, and we keep hoping. That's all I've got for you today, Mishka. You are incredible, you are loved, and you contain multitudes. Bye.